Hello everyone, I'm Tobias and we're back with another quest guide, this time for Recipe for Disaster, Freeing Evil Dave. We will free Evil Dave in this sub-quest using his favorite spicy stew. For requirements, you need to cook a level 25 or more and have completed the quest's Recipe for Disaster, another cook's quest, which is the beginning quest of this entire sub-quest. Gertrude's cat and Shadow of the Storm. You also need with you one cat. You cannot use overgrown cats. Kitten or lazy cats will not be sufficient. You can still use them. It's just not. It'll be harder for you. During this quest, you have to catch a bunch of hell rats using your cat. And if you're using kittens, that might take you a very long time. So yeah. You also need with you at least one bowl of stew. Ideally 9. We have no idea what the correct combination of spices is to actually make this spicy stew. So we will have to test a bunch of them. If you want to do yourself a favor, just get like 9 of these, which is should be sufficient for testing everything. And for optional stuff, you can bring 1 bucket of milk. During this quest, as your cat catches a bunch of hell rats, it will turn into a hell cat. And to return it back to a regular normal cat, you have to use a bucket of milk on it. Yeah, way to fast travel to Lumber's castle twice, such as using a Lumber's teleport tablet. You can also just use the standard spellbook home teleport as well, if you're strained inventory-wise. Way to fast travel to Edgeville, such as using Amulet of Glory. Okay, so to start this quest, make sure you have all your stuff, and then head your way to the battle zone inside Lumber's Castle, known as the Dining Hall. Here we are, Lumber's Castle. You can just use a Lumber's teleport tablet. Anyway, to the castle, there it is for reference. And oops, back into the dining hall. Let me just exit so you know where we are right now. This is a separate instance. Dining hall, enter inside, back into the time bubble. And now we're inspect Evil Dave. Evil Dave, what is he doing on this secret council? The council is meant to include one dark wizard, but obviously the other members didn't want to include anyone who they deem a real threat. So how do I free him? To free Evil Dave, you must make a stew. It must be seasoned in a particularly special way. The only way to find that recipe is to ask someone who has tasted the stew. Who could that be? Remember that from the point of view from the outside of this time bubble, anything you do here has already happened, so kind of the future is already occurring. This is the past that's kind of stuck in here. This time stamp is now like stuck, while the outside world is moving along. All people here are actually still out there in their own different parallel universe. So just ask the Evil Dave outside of this time bubble. And, yes, he lives in Edgeville with his mother in her basement. I make no judgment about that. Okay. So now head your way to Edgeville using you can use Amulet of Glory to Edgeville. And once you're here, head your way to this west building. This is Evil Dave's / also his mother's house. And enter in here, and then talk to Doris. Hello, dearie. Is Dave in? Yes, inside the cellar. Are you one of his evil friends? I'm very evil. Yes. I hope you two have a good time being evil. And then basically enter into the basement using a trapdoor. And now talk to the Evil Dave that is still outside the time bubble. Welcome to my basement of doom. And ask him, what did you eat at the secret council meeting? Hey, the council meeting, they wanted me to be their representative. That proves I'm a great dark wizard, right? Correct. Why do you want to know? To make the same food in order to save you inside the Colomancer's time bubble spell. But that was last week, you already saved me. It's complicated because in there you're still stuck, but out here you're not. It's weird. So all these other options just basically loop back to this dialogue screen. So just tell them you got to tell me because the magic requires it. Okay, that makes sense. So what was it? What was the food you ate? It was a totally evil stew. But what was the stew made of? Totally evil stuff. You're mixing good and evil again. Just tell me exactly what I have to do. I suppose it makes sense. How do I reproduce what you did? It tasted like the stews my mom makes. She puts them spices in, but it was like she got the right amount this time, perfectly. Okay, so head back upstairs and talk to his mother. Hello again. May I use your spices for making stew? Yes, if you can find the spices. Dave's hell rats stole all of them. Okay, so we have to go down and kill some hell rats. Alright, so climb down back into the basement. And drop your cat onto the humble floor. And now catch hell rats. So you don't know the correct combination of spices to actually make the stew. There's 4 spices in total: brown, red, yellow, and orange, each with varying doses. The stew could be like 1 brown dose, 2 yellow dose, 4 orange doses, 4 red doses. So it could vary as well in terms of dosage. The way to do this is to use trial and error, and the way to do trial and error here is to collect each 4 spices and have 6 doses of each. So 6 doses of red, yellow, brown, and orange. So just catch these hell rats using your cat. Use chase. It may take you some time, probably like 5-10 minutes to actually get all the spices that you need to do this. This is why you don't want to use a kitten or like a lazy cat, because it will take too long. So they drop different spices and also different doses as well, so it's not the same one each time. If you have the same thing, you can combine them, like similar to like combining potions. Like you can make 1 full dose of spices, etc. So I'll come back when I have 6 doses of all 3 spices. For example, you can just you combine this 1 dose with this, get 3 doses, and then just drop the empty shaker. Okay, that took probably 10 minutes anyway, so yeah, it could take some time to collect all these. To do this trial and error method, you need at least 6 of each, 6 doses of each, and at least 9 stews. Alright, so anyway, once you have all that, we're going to start the trial error part of this. So you want to do 1 spice at a time, test the different dosages. So yeah, for example, let's start with this yellow dose. So let's use 1 dose of yellow into the stew. Just 1 dose yellow by stew, all by itself, and give it to Evil Dave. See what he says when he drinks this. Can you taste this, please? All the spices are wrong. So that means 1 dose of yellow is not right. So let's do 2 doses. 1, 2, and now let's try again. That's nothing like the stew I tasted. All the spices are wrong. So that means that the correct dosage of yellow spices is 3. Because you can only have because each stew can only have 1, 2, or 3 doses of each spice. So the correct dose for yellow is 3. Make sure you remember that. And then similarly, just continue onwards. For example, orange. I'll do 1 dose of orange. See what he says of that. Yeah. Be careful not to like spam click this, otherwise you might have to like get more stew. So 1 dose is wrong. Let's say 2 doses. Maybe 2 doses is the answer to this equation. Yeah, there we go. So 2 doses of orange is correct. So you got one of the spices right, but the others are wrong. Since you only use 1 spice, that can only mean that the 2 doses is right. So far 3 doses of yellow and 2 doses of orange. So just rinse repeat for the other spices. Okay, so for me it's gonna be if I remember correctly, it's gonna be 3 yellow, 2 red, 2 orange, 1 red, and then 2 browns. So hopefully I remember correctly. You definitely want to write this down, otherwise it's gonna be a pain to have to redo all the spice gathering. 2, 3. And this was 2, 1, and then 2, and then this should be 1, and then this should be 2, 1, and then 2. Alright, so this should be the correct combination of everything. Yes, totally evil. That's exactly how the stew tasted. He's not gonna finish it. So don't worry about having to get more spices. Don't eat all of it. I need to give it to yourself back in the time bubble. What? Don't worry about it. I'm so confused. Oh, and also after you catch like 6 or 7 hell rats, your cat becomes a hell cat. You see, because it consumed too many of these hell rats. To change it back to a regular cat, which I'll do after the quest, you just use 1 bucket of milk. That's basically what it is. Yep, okay. So now we turn to the dining hall. So let's go back to the dining hall. Dining hall. Just drop these on the floor. I don't need these anymore. Likewise, spices. You don't need this either. Oops, oh shoot. You don't need any of this stuff. Alright, done. Cool. Alright, so head back inside. And then do not eat this. Just make sure you very carefully use it on Evil Dave to finish the quest. Boom. Whoa, what happened? I saved you from the buffet. I've saved you from a buffet worse than death. Hey, this is pretty evil stew. Yes, now it's very important that you remember what the stew tastes like. Why? Because it just is, so I don't have to do the whole thing again. Quest completed. You also have 1 quest point, 7,000 cooking speed, the ability to make spicy stew yourself, the ability to own a Hellcat, and more access to Colomancer chest. Good work, adventurer. You only have 5 left to go. Okay, so to change your cat back to a regular cat, just simply use the bucket of milk on the cat. Oh, my cat just disappeared on me. If your cat does disappear on you, just log back out and then log back in. It's kind of weird that it does that. And the cat is back in right there. Alright, so now turns it back using bucket of milk. And now it cooled down basically. And there you go. We have free Evil Dave using his spicy stew with the perfect combination of spices. It can be quite annoying, so just be patient and also be very careful not to like spam click. Otherwise, you have to like get more spices because you didn't read the dialogue quick enough. Speaking of stew, I still have 1 left, so I guess I'll just eat it and call it a day.